Good morning. Welcome back. Peter Grade here from the Purple House. Every week we do a 15-minute chat about something that's happened to us during the week or clients we've seen. And recently we were talking to a client and he was worried because his poo always floats at the top, right? It doesn't sink to the bottom of the toilet. And so we thought it's time, high time, literally, that we talk about how important it is that you inspect your poo every day or at least 2 or 3 times a week. Take some time, look down into the bowl and see what comes out of your body, because this gives you a chance to look at the health of your digestive system, because it's a byproduct. The fecal matter is like a bowel product, right? And it will tell you a lot about whether you're sick or healthy and which parts of your body are doing well and which parts of you are failing. And
the digestive system is the central pillar of good health, so it is paramount to check that poop.
That's right. And of course, Pete and I, we've got 6 kids, so when the kids were young, poo stories were like, we used to laugh a lot about different kinds of poo and of course inspecting nappies. So we and Pete used to be a nurse for 25 years, so poo doesn't faze us, right? Except I don't like cleaning up cat poo, that's about it. But so normal human poo, your own poo, it's very, very important that you look for worms, you look for the color, you look if it sinks or floats, you look if it creates like
soft or hard,
if it's well formed, how long it is. Besides, if it's not good, your body will often let you know anyway, because you'll have a tummy ache. So let's just start with the beginning, and I'll ask Pete what it means when your poo doesn't sink. So you do a big poo and it all floats at the top of the water. Pete, what's that an indication of?
We know that oil floats on water normally.
Yeah.
So it means that you're not digesting your fats.
Mm-hmm.
And we need a good working liver to produce good bile flow, which is the waste out of your body. That bile digests your fats, so your fats will all be digested and into your body rather than still in the poop. So, and we make 10 times the amount of energy from a molecule of fat than we do from a molecule of sugar. So it's good to get those fats digested for good energy.
And for the vitamins,
and all the vitamins, fat-soluble vitamins, and all our hormones need a lot of cholesterol and fat to be formed with. So we have to get those digested. So if you have floaters, you need to get that bile flow going from the liver. Beet flow is the supplement that we recommend for people to have at least 3 times a day to get that bile flow going. It opens up the bile ducts so the bile will flow properly. And
it helps to get the waste out of the body, but it also helps you to digest your fats properly. So just a warning again about fats, if you're listening to us for the first time. We're not talking about unhealthy fats like canola oil and sunflower oil and all the yellow liquid oils that you see in plastic bottles at the supermarket. They're incredibly toxic and they will also make your poo float, because literally your body can't digest them, because your body tries to get rid of those as quickly as possible. So it doesn't go into the cells, and the half-life of those toxic oils is something like 2 years. So if you have, like, say, 1 meal of McDonald's, or I shouldn't mention a name, but a fast food, I guess.
Foods that are cooked in canola
processed food, or what are some other bad oils, just so people know?
Sunflower, safflower.
Olive oil is often not good anymore, like it's been mixed with cheap oils and then they put green colouring in it, so it's still really toxic as well.
Any vegetable seed oil, apart from olive oil and macadamia nut oil, they're the only 2 running oils that I recommend people go for.
And then we recommend the good oils are coconut oil and, like Pete said, macadamia nut oil, coconut oil, ghee, organic butter, and all the meat fats are very healthy for you. So,
back when I was a kid, you'd see people carrying big rounds of lard or tallow into takeaway shops and putting in the deep fryers.
Or dipping.
And that was a lot better for us than what they're doing now with those gluggy oils.
And we don't use them in the Purple House kitchen either, so that is like a toxic oil-free eatery. If you would like to come Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and enjoy a great meal there that makes you feel better. Anyway, so we were talking about the healthy oils. You need healthy oils for you to digest vitamin A, C, E and D and E. So you hear a lot about vitamin D. People are vitamin D deficient. Everyone is vitamin D deficient. And in our opinion, we believe, Pete and I, this is, you don't have to believe us, but we believe that you can get enough vitamin D from sunshine every day, like 20 minutes in the sun.
And a good lot of animal fats.
And butter.
Butter and cream and animal fats. You get quite a bit of vitamin D as well.
And that is healthy vitamin D, not toxic vitamin D from a tablet. So anyway, we went off on a tangent, but this was all about when your poo floats, that means you're not digesting your fats. Now, there are let's talk about colour first.
Oh, colour?
Yeah. So the blinds behind us, that is perhaps a healthy colour poo, would you say?
Yeah, light to dark brown.
It's pretty healthy,
It's good, and if it starts getting pale, if it goes light brown or even yellow, again, you know your bole's not flowing.
Yeah.
That's the thing that it's telling you, your bole's not flowing. So you have to get that bole flow going. Most likely those poops will be floating as well because you won't have digested your fats at all.
That is, bile comes from your liver gallbladder system, just to be clear.
And it's one of the major parts of digestion is that bile flow.
And we go on about it all the time because nobody else talks about it outside our premises, except, maybe one or two experts in the world.
If you've still got a gallbladder, keep it for as long as you can because you need it for proper digestion.
Yeah, right, because your gallbladder...
Come and see us if you're having problems.
That's right. Your gallbladder makes the bile even more caustic or alkaline, and the bile is meant to sterilize your small and large intestine as well, so it keeps it free from nasties.
Plus it neutralizes the stomach acid.
Yeah.
So if your poop is not being formed properly, if it's
got food stuff
very loose and undigested food stuff, means the peristalsis is happening far too fast within the bowel, and you're not digesting your food properly, not getting nutrients out of it properly. That can also be a bile flow problem because the stomach acid is one of the most acidic places on earth in the stomach, but the small bowel likes to be neither alkaline or acid. It likes to be neutral. And the bile is alkaline, and that's what neutralizes that stomach acid as it leaves the stomach. And if you've ever poured vinegar on bicarbs of soda and seen the explosion that happens, that's what happens or is meant to happen just outside our stomach, and it completes the digestive process by blowing the food to smithereens, so you can't see those undigested particles anymore, and the small bowel takes what it likes and isn't stimulated to get the acid contents out of the bowel as quickly as it can, because the body says get this out of here as quick as you can before it burns the inside of the bowel.
That's right. So if you have that problem and you're a toilet spotter, right, somebody that always needs to be aware where the toilet is, because you might poo your pants accidentally, and by the way, this happens to so many people, you'd be surprised how many people have stress in their bodies because they have that issue going on. So to correct that, you need beet flow again, Peter. I will just, and then maybe okay, so if you haven't got your gallbladder anymore, which a large percentage of the population lives without a gallbladder, but we've seen how like 10 or 20 years down the track, your health completely collapses, and then it's because you lost your gallbladder 10 or 20 years.
Pinpoint it to the time when you lost your gallbladder.
So we don't want that to happen to any of our clients. So if you haven't got a gallbladder anymore, you need to supplement with ox bile,
which is extra bile that opens in the stomach to digest the fats.
And you have one with every meal.
And then I recommend people also take an enzyme mix
called Digest.
that has an alkalizing effect as it enters the small bowel as well.
So that kind of compensates for the parts in your body that are missing.
And also keep your own bile flow going as good as it can with the beet flow, so it is neutralising that small bowel as well.
That's right. If you have foodstuffs in the toilet, it also means you're lacking enzymes. So we recommend a good all-around enzyme. This one is called Omnizyme, which Omni means every, or
or if you have any burping, I would recommend Diagnoses, because that's got a little bit of betaine HCl in, which increases the acid in the stomach, because burping and reflux is a sign that you don't have enough acid in the stomach.
So then you need betaine HCl, or if you have smelly breath, or like Peter said, your food isn't going down, that just means your stomach fire is like almost extinguished, and you're working with smoldering embers instead of like nice hot fire. So we recommend betaine HCl, and there is actually a regime that if you buy it, we will tell you how to take it. It's not very expensive at all. It's very economical to buy, and it might give you your life back, right? So we can talk about stomach acid another time.
The other thing really for good bowel function, and often you'll may have depleted your bowel of good gut bacteria, and we need a very good, what is known as the microbiome. We need to be replenishing that on a daily basis for good digestion and good bowel function. And
spore probiotics are good, aren't they?
Yeah, spore probiotics withstand the stomach acid as they go through. Normally, if you swallow food that's got bacteria on it, the acid in your stomach kills that bacteria. So the spore probiotics have a little spore around them, and that withstands the stomach acid. And
so they can also be taken while you have antibiotics or chemotherapy, apparently.
And we also source the immunosymbiotic range from Nutraspec in the States, and they have a capsule that withstands the stomach acid. So they'll open in the intestine where they belong and build up that good microbiome.
Yeah, they start growing your garden again on the inside of your body, because otherwise it's like your tummy is like a field of grass that's been sprayed with Roundup. There's nothing there, and then the soil goes hard, so you can't absorb your nutrients.
If you eat veggies, you need those good bacteria in your small intestine to digest them, because acid doesn't break down vegetation.
No, that's right. Yeah. So Peter and I, we mostly really only eat fermented vegetables ourselves, which we buy from the Love Your Gut company, which is a Tasmanian company that was actually created by our children. It's and they only use organic produce, and it's very, very healthy. So you can buy it in the supermarket in Hill Street, in many supermarkets around Australia. So 1 tablespoon of fermented vegetable.
Love Your Guts. Yeah. There is another company called Love Ya Guts.
Yeah. Love Your Guts, fermented kimchi or sauerkraut or beetroot, it's really, really healthy. So we're lazy, we just get a jar of that, and like a tablespoon of that food has like 1,000 times more vitamin value and nutrients. All the nutrients are active and alive.
You're peeing out vitamin C 2 hours after you have a spoonful of sauerkraut.
Because your body's just saturated with the nutrients from it. So we definitely recommend that as well. Synthol is another really great probiotic.
That has spore probiotics as well.
And it also helps to kill candida, right? Yeah. So we did an article on candida last time. So if you have liver stress and all the rest, your poo will look different to normal, and a normal healthy poo should look like the brown, that type of brown behind us, like the blind. It needs to come out easy, clean. And how long do you reckon it should be? They say about 6 to 12 inches long. I think that's a bit long.
I think that's probably a bit long.
Sometimes with our grandkids who are really, really healthy, we used to laugh because they have such tiny little bodies, and like 4 or 5 they run around, and sometimes they couldn't make it to the toilet, so they do poo in the garden, and they used to do enormous poos. We couldn't believe how much poo
well formed and everything.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I know. Anyways.
If you have to strain, it means you're probably not drinking enough water. Constipation, we recommend people use magnesium to stimulate the bowel to help with constipation, plus water and salt. So remain well hydrated. Fibre is probably not...
It's not essential in my opinion.
Not really essential. Have water and have good probiotics and increase your magnesium.
Also, if your poo always stinks, that's also liver stress, so you still need to take the beet flow and enzymes. Also, the second you start to take good enzymes, like the Omnizyme, the stink will go, right? So it doesn't matter if you've had a stinky poo all your life, because your poo shouldn't be stinking offensive. I mean, it does smell a little bit, but it shouldn't just smell bad.
Plus, letting off, farting, fellas usually are known for letting off a lot, and it's a sign that the bile's not flowing properly.
Yeah.
Now, I've been taking beet flow now since 2009. I still take it at least twice a day, and I don't have any trouble with letting off very much.
And that's true. Yeah. I would pull him up if you were saying that. So no, that's really good. So all these things are so important because, like, to just recap today's session, look at your poo. It will tell you a lot about your body. We've given you some pointers now. We also include more pointers in the article so that you can get a clue about the inside, how well your digestion is going. And if your tummy isn't healthy, your brain won't be healthy either, because your brain is like your second, or your tummy is your first brain almost.
First brain, I'd say. Yeah.
All right, so there are toxins all around us as well. So also Peter and I, we filter our water. If you want to know what sort of water filter we have, please give Peter a ring on his mobile, and then he can have a little chat with you. So toxins need to be avoided, but a healthy digestive system can make the toxins go down into the toilet as well. So that's, you know, humans are much stronger and more capable than you would ever believe. So all these things that we suggest will give you a boost in the right direction, and then will keep your tummy comfortable. We've seen like thousands of people, over 20,000 people over the last 25 years. It's probably getting up towards 30,000 now, right? And we've helped a lot of people, even with serious health issues like to do with the tummy. But the average person has, often wakes up with a sore tummy as well, or tightness or hardness or diarrhea. The other thing we haven't talked about is when you have like constipation and diarrhea at the same time. What would you say about that?
Well,
that's the overflow goes in the toilet. Yeah. That's the watery stuff.
That alternating, again, you can get that going properly with enzymes and beet flow. Yeah. And a good probiotic.
That's right.
Those three things are
key. They're like the 4 legs of a table, because we also talk about iodine here too. So iodine keeps all the cells in your body working properly, gives you energy, kills bacteria and toxins as well, and it boosts your mitochondria, and every cell in the body needs iodine. So we put those 4 products together in a package called the Ultimate Vitality Boost. I'll put a link in the article as well, and you can check it out. When you buy this package, it saves you about $20 from the total. And so we've had lots of people who buy the Ultimate Vitality, and they've been doing it for years because they've recovered from serious ill health and cancer and all the rest, and they want to stay healthy, and they do feel healthy. Yeah. Plus, it's also something that Pete and I do every single day, and many of our kids do as well, for energy and vitality. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope you find this interesting and take good care of your body. If you see worms or parasites, send us an email or give us a ring, because we have a different protocol for that. So that's also really important that you keep an eye out.
Inspect before you flush.
Yeah, that's right. Don't flush the evidence. So we hope you have a really wonderful week. Do come and visit us at the Purple House. We are here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then Saturday, the Purple House kitchen is open as well. So if you want to talk to us or buy products, that's also available on Saturday. And we have delicious homemade, house-made food made with healthy, from scratch products in the kitchen.
I can tell a lot about your digestive health through live and dried blood, and also the
full health
audit. So if you want to have a real good look at things, come and see me. Book in and come and see me.
Yeah. If you have serious concerns, also book in with Pete for a full health audit as well. Thank you for tuning in.
Okay.
Have a wonderful week, everyone. Bye.